Hi, my name is Angela Jans. I'm a counselor in Lethbridge, Alberta, and today I wanted to talk with you about some of those anxieties, fears, and worries when school starts up. The first thing that I want to say is if your child or youth is experiencing some of those anxieties or fears, that is entirely normal. That there's so much uncertainty that happens where they don't know who's going to be in their class, they don't know who their teacher is maybe, they don't know what their classroom is going to look like, maybe they don't know where their classroom is. All of those things, there's so much uncertainty there, and so that's when anxiety likes to come on in and throw in some of those worries and fears. So it's incredibly normal for them to be experiencing this. I do want to say though, if your child is experiencing a really intense amount where it's taking over their day-to-day life and making it really hard for them to function, maybe they're experiencing lots of physical symptoms as well, I definitely encourage you to reach out for some support for them, because there are lots of tips and tricks and things that counselors can do to assist them and assist you to support that anxiety lowering a bit for them. So that's kind of the first thing that I'll mention. There are some tips that I have for you that have the potential to assist with this anxiety. So the first tip that I have is to talk about it. So ask them, hey, it seems like you're worried. What's going on? And allow them to have that space to talk with you about some of those worries that are going on for them. The second tip I'll say is to shift their focus. So sometimes before we even talk to them about what's going on, it can be helpful to have them maybe do a breathing technique or go for a walk, maybe go for a drive or a bike ride, or even do a craft. Just do something to shift their focus from those worry thoughts and the anxiety, because sometimes what can happen is when they're already feeling overwhelmed with those thoughts, when they talk about them some more, it can bring them up to a higher level. That'll make it so that they're not able to maybe have a conversation at that point anymore. So the second one is shifting your focus. The third one is to write down the worries or fears that your child or youth is having them write it on a piece of paper, and they could even fold it up. They could give it to you, they could put it in a worry box, they could put it in an envelope, they could put it under their pillow or in their dresser. Just writing it down and putting it somewhere so that they don't have to hold on to it anymore, and it just allows them to take it from inside of them, their thoughts, outside of their body, outside of them, and that can sometimes allow them to feel more in control of what's going on as well. The last thing I'll mention is that if they are having a hard time sleeping, to practice some relaxation things before bedtime. An hour before bed is a good kind of start time. So putting on some relaxing music, maybe doing some stretching, reading books, doing progressive relaxation can be a really helpful one too, where you're tensing and releasing your body. There are lots of really great progressive relaxations out there, and I will put a link below to one of them that I have used and that I've shared with other people too. So I just want to reiterate that it's normal to have some of those beginning of school jitters, and that it's okay if your child is experiencing some of those, because there is that uncertainty. If they're going to a new school, that's going to happen. New school year. Anytime there's uncertainty actually is when anxiety likes to come in. So if there's uncertainty at any time else during the year, there might be some anxieties that pop in too. If you found these tips helpful, or if you know someone that would find them helpful, definitely share this resource with them. I do also want to let you know I have a YouTube channel that has an anxiety playlist, and I'll put the link below as well, so you can go check that out. If your child or your youth is experiencing anxiety, there are lots of tips that I've provided on there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks on ways to support you and your family.